I ended the portal in the spring. I was looking for a change previously in Louisiana, and Coach Gannon, actually, the tight ends coach, special teams coordinator, reached out to me. And from that first phone call, I remember I was in class and he's called me like 3 times. I'm like, okay, go out there and take the call. And I'd never spoke to him before, and straight away it was like, this guy's legit. Like I think the way he talked to me and the way that he off the bat just wanted to embrace me and my abilities was something that I hadn't really heard from other coaches that I've been speaking to. So by the time he flew me out here to come and visit and I was able to see what Harrisonburg was all about, I mean, it was a pretty quick decision.
On Tuesday, Coach Chesney was talking about how excited he is to have a left-footed punter on the roster.
Oh, he did.
Throughout your college career, what kind of advantages have you noticed that's given you?
My biggest advantage that I think being a left footer can bring is that flight of the ball coming down. We had maybe 8 fumbles last year off my punts, and I think we recovered 4 or 5 of them. So I think that just a different spin in the air kind of gets those returners, and I think we can use that to our advantage. And the way that we're putting this scheme together, it makes it hard for oppositions to practice for a left footer because most teams don't have them. So yeah.
Can you take us through like what camp looks like for you guys just as a position group? Because I feel like I don't know, not a lot of people talk about the specialists. So just what are you kind of working on from, I don't know, personal wise or like group wise, or just what does it look like for you?
Yeah, so I mean we follow the same schedule as the rest of the guys on the team. We have moments where we're not as heavy in some aspects in terms of what we're doing in practice, but you know, morning time, it's waking up. I'm very big on kind of getting into the training room and making sure my body's right every single day. And so we start off there and head out to the field, and then after practice, we got to go and get some food in our stomachs and kind of bond with the guys. And I'm pretty much right back to the training room getting a lot of stuff done. I think I'll call myself old. You guys might not believe that, but I feel old. And yeah, I just think that the more that us specialists are around the guys on the team, the closer we can all be, because offense and defense can sometimes be a little separated. And I think that, you know, our role as a position group is to kind of interact with everyone and try and mesh the whole group together. But schedule-wise, yeah, we try and stay pretty busy. There's not a lot of downtime during this time of the year.
What's the bond been like with the specialists? Because there's quite a few of you, multiple kickers, multiple punters, multiple long snappers. So what has that bond been like so far? It's
been awesome. I love the group of specialists that we have. Every single one of these guys have got their own story, and I think that you know, we kind of grew all close over the summer when we were out here working on our own and kind of getting in what we needed to do, because like you mentioned, new kicker, new punter, new long snapper is like it's a very fresh group, and to see the momentum that we've built over the last 2 months together is something that, you know, we would probably say we're very proud of. And I live with Morgan Suarez, the transfer kicker from FAU, and you probably ask his parents when we walked into our house for the first time, like we met 5 seconds ago, and people were asking us if we've known each other for 5 years. So I think that just kind of describes the type of guys that JMU brings in.
I know you've been holding a little bit for Morgan too, and he's a left-footed kicker. Is there big differences with that and holding for someone that's kicking a different way?
I'm fortunate enough I've been in the position where my last couple of years we had a lefty and a righty, and I was holding last year in Louisiana, and yeah, I was able to get work with both guys. It is different, obviously. You know, you're catching it different hands, your knees down opposite. You got to also watch the front line in terms of the path of the ball. There's a lot of different stuff that is involved, but again, the work that we've been putting in with everyone, I think that, yeah, we're pretty confident going either way right now, which is great.
Tell us just about how fall camp is going, just for you guys in the group.
It's going real well. Offense getting after it, defense getting after it, going back and forth. The energy's there, physical. I love it. I really like our team.
Is this one a little bit different for you just because I feel like, you're the 3rd year now at JMU, and just seems like get more comfortable and even getting like a little bit more playing time as well?
Yeah, you know, freshman year, you know, just special teams. A sophomore year, you know, getting into rotation. This year, okay, actually like my time. So I'm trying to step into that leadership role and just lead the guys.
Down in New Orleans at Sunbelt Media Day, Trent was really big on saying that you were going to have a good season for the linebackers. What have you been doing behind the scenes to get ready to this year to be in a bigger role?
Well, I'll say just the first thing, I just have like guys in front of me that came before me that I just learned from. Aiden Fisher, Jalen Walker, Torres Jones, Jacob Dodds, Ray Scott. So just learning from them guys and then just putting in my game, just extra football, watching what they do, what good and what they did bad, so it can make me a better player. And then just aside, I have trainers back at home in Georgia. Shout out to Coach Brick, shout out to Coach TJ, and just, and Coach Gronsky as well. Got me stronger, got me bigger. So that's really the main stuff I've been doing so far.
What's it been like working with Coach Hitchler and his scheme?
Oh, it's good. It's simple but effective. We're going to get after it. We're going to be physical. We're going to play fast. And that's what I like about it. He just let everybody just go and just play ball.
Toward the end of last year, with Ray Scott and Jacob Dobbs getting some injuries, you did see some more playing time. How much did you see yourself grow in that last month or so leading up to the bowl game?
It was good because when I got thrown in, I was ready, but I wasn't really expecting it because, it's injuries, next guy up. But when they put me in, I was ready, and then I was able to gain coach trust by the way I performed. So it gave me confidence. It gave the coaches confidence in me. So, yeah, I'm just able to grow as a person, grow as a player.
How important have these summer months working with Coach Grotsky been to kind of getting up to strength and where you need to be to perform?
At first, it was a struggle. He came in, have us doing running and lift, and we like, oh, my goodness, he about to kill us. But, we seen how it affected us when we practiced and we were running, conditioning-wise, our strength. Everybody probably got 10, 15 pounds bigger from what they was last year. So I really see a difference. I like it, and I'm ready to get started.
New position coach as well, not just new defensive coordinator. How has that group kind of been working and changing so far?
Well, it was new, obviously, because the coach's transition, in the winter and spring. But when Coach Plunkett came in, he treated us like we were his sons, and he really grew us, not just player, but just our mental understanding, not just defense, but understanding offenses, how to read them, our footwork, everything as a whole. And I feel like everybody has grown from last year.
What's it like still having Dobbs around to help you guys?
It's fun. He's like an older brother, but he was an All-American. When you have a guy like that and he see what we see, he's able to teach us and coach us on a different level. So that's what I love about it, and I feel like all the guys love it. They're just growing from him.
For you individually coming into summer and preseason camp, was there an area you felt like you wanted to work on the most or improve the most?
I would just say overall, just taking lead. I've always been a guy that sit back, just make sure I knew what I had, but now just controlling the defense, getting them hyped up, getting the energy there, and just being that better leader.
For scrimmage Saturday, just how much are you all looking forward to that? Do you feel like you guys are in a good spot?
Yeah. Like I said, offense doing good, defense doing good. I'm ready to get after it. Offense we're going to compete. But they're my boys, I love them. They're my teammates. But, we're going to compete. We're going to get after it. It's going to be physical. It's going to be loud. So, yeah, it's going to be loud. But to us, it's going to be loud. We're the only ones there. But, yeah, I'm ready for it. It's going to be intense.
First off, just how's it been getting back on the field?
It's been good, As a team, we came out here, and I say day one we started real fast. Way ahead of schedule, probably 3-4 installs deep day one. So in my past 3 years of playing college football, we've never been this deep into an offense this fast in the fall camp. So, it's really good seeing the guys all being tuned in to their assignments. Everybody, even though we may be making mistakes here and there, it's better that we make them this early on in camp and this ahead of schedule than later on in camp and having to speed things up to work on what we got to fix later in the course of the season.
To kind of go off you guys being this deep into the offense already, how do you feel your comfortability right now is within the offense and with your teammates as compared to when you came in during spring?
Unsurmountably more important right now, with the offense especially, and with my familiarity with the offense. The plays in the spring, it was more so running out there still kind of looking around and asking guys like Miz when he was here for advice on how to do certain things in this. But now it's kind of more so me putting my own style of game into the offense and as well seeing all the other guys, especially in the receiver room, how we're able to kind of put our own swag on this offense that we're running this year and work our way and build our identity with what we're doing.
With the transfer portal and people coming in and people leaving, what do you think has allowed you guys to still be kind of this far along in the offense?
I'll say truth. Everybody's very honest. Not only the players but the coaches. We know what reality is. Nobody beats around the bush, and I'll say even for the guys that do leave, it's not with any malice intent. Some guys just have some opportunities in which we have no resentment for. But what we have here and what we have going on right now, I feel pretty strong, and I know all the guys as well. We feel pretty strong about what we have. So especially with the new guys that we brought in from the portal, we feel strong and very confident.
Take us in that receiver room. There's a lot of talented guys in there. Just how are you all kind of pushing each other, and like what's it like when you're all competing for a spot, but at the same time you all are teammates still at the end of the day?
I'd say the competition is the most important part, and that's the best part about it. The last thing you ever want to be, especially as a receiver, is complacent. So the fact that we have so many high caliber guys in the room, guys who can make plays anywhere and anytime, guys who can play multiple positions, it keeps you on your toes. And especially, as an older guy, seeing guys like Mikey Scott, that turns me up in practice. Seeing him scorch the defense on the deep post, it's lovely to see, because about 7 months ago he was in high school. So it's one of the cooler things to see about college football these days, and the competition we have going on, being able to learn from each other, and such a young guy like him being able to pick up the tips and tidbits that we have for him to learn in this game and speed of college football. I say we're all going to push ourselves to the limit and past it.
Speaking of Mikey Scott, as an older guy, how much did you see him, even in the spring, just capitalize on that opportunity to be around you guys then?
Amen. He has done nothing but take advantage of his opportunities, and I love the kid for it. Every day he comes out here with a smile on his face. Every day he makes people laugh, and every day he scares the hell out of the defense. So it's one thing. It's one thing to just come out here and run routes, but it's another thing to be intimidated and intimidating. And especially being a smaller slot like that, undersized, a lot of dudes think it'll be easier to match up, but when they see Mikey Scott, it's kind of shaking in the boots situation.
First scrimmage Saturday, I know you've talked about being ahead of schedule. How is that helpful to you all already with scrimmage number 1 on tap?
This time during the spring when we had our first scrimmage, we probably the first situation we would have been in was red zone. We finished installing red zone last week, and we'll probably have 4 or 5 different types of situations that we'll be able to rehearse and go through and have some live reps on throughout the scrimmage on Saturday. So, yeah, just like I said prior, being this ahead of schedule, it allows us to kind of put more practice into those and more of emphasis on those certain situations that will come in and be important during the game day.
What would you say to fans to expect out of this wide receivers group when they come in the fall on a Saturday?
Explosion. Streamers very often, and a whole lot of celebrations, because we love to have fun.